Yo, yo, yo. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I want to take a minute to talk about the future. This will be a quick little video, so I'll get right to it. So, we're about halfway done with the boss circuit. What's the boss circuit? Or circuit? Circuit. Killing all the champion bosses. I'm gonna kill all the courtyard bosses. And the darkest dungeon itself. I might include the Sunward Isles and the mines. I'm not entirely sure yet. But, so far, once we get done with all the champion bosses, I'm going to call this playthrough more or less complete. I'm going to keep the save around mostly for testing purposes and stuff like that. But, I will be moving to a new estate for Darkest Dungeon 1 modded stuff. I'm not going to call it Season 2 or anything because I have an interesting idea I want to try. So, the Ancestry or Ancestral Edition of Darkest Dungeon 2 came out not too long ago. It's a collector's edition. I had a copy of it sent to me. And in that collection was a deck of cards. The fantastic deck of cards. I shared some of the pictures of the face, the suits and all that stuff, and the aces. And every one of the DD2 vanilla characters were represented on the cards, such as the Queen of Diamonds is the Plague Doctor, for example. The Ace of Spades is Bounty Hunter. And I had an idea. What if I do a thematic playthrough? Part challenge run, part theme, just for fun. And make an estate called the Deck of 54. Or Deck of 52 54 if I include the Jokers, 52 if I don't include the Jokers. Or I could do a tarot deck which is 78 cards. But that would be, and I would use the cards that are already represented by the vanilla characters, add the remaining others like Houndmaster and Shieldbreaker onto other suits and cards, and fill the rest of them out with very specific modded classes. So say, for example, the sisters. I would probably have them as the Four of Spades or something like that. Something along those lines. Now, why would that matter? Because I'm thinking about doing a challenge run where the only teams I would run are those that I draw cards to. A four-hand draw. Right? So say I'm drawing cards right now. So I got 10 of spades, 2 of spades, 9 of hearts, and 6 of spades. I would only use the classes that those cards represent. And to make things a little bit more interesting, this would be a Highlander playthrough. So, any character that would die, I would take the card, set it off the side, banish it. Now, I'm going to skip a lot of the early grind, apprentice. We're going to jump right into veteran, basically. Reason why I say that is it took me 150 episodes to get the fuck out of apprentice hell. No one wants to see apprentice hell. No one likes apprentice hell. Apprentice hell is ass. So I will be skipping most of apprentice hell and going right into veteran, into champion and stuff like that, because veteran is where the most of the content, most modded content starts. A lot of the content is actually champion specific, but a lot of special monsters don't show up into veteran, stuff like that. In champion, for some reason, the stuff like the Coven are just not showing up anymore. Now, the purpose of this next estate is going to be have a much more tighter roster, using only my favorites, only characters I know are just standout dudes and stuff like that, because we will be running 40% extra health on all the enemies. I will be running chose bosses. There will be some difficulty things added onto it. It's not going to be anything insane like what Miyasi is doing with Arduous Edition and stuff like that. I'm not going to be running any additional regions other than Sunward Isles. Maybe Vermintide, I'm not entirely sure. But Vermintide is always a good run through, but Vermintide also adds a lot to the estate bloat when it comes to different missions. Somewhere Else, I like Somewhere Else. I'm a weeb. I love the different yokai and shit like that. And it gives me an excuse to run Wanderer and stuff like that. And I like Wanderer, one of my favorite classes. But yeah, that's the idea. Now, there will be certain rules of how I'm going to draw cards. What am I going to do if a certain card is, say, what do I do if someone's like, you know, dead or over-leveled or anything like that? I'm going to try to come up with a mulligan system for situations like that. It won't be easy, but I think I can think of something when it comes to that. But we'll find out. We'll figure it out as I go along. But I think this sounds like a fun idea to just give a try and yada yada yada. But anyways, it's going to be called the Deck of 52 or something like that. There's something thematic when it comes to the name of the thing. And if anyone can come up with an idea, we could probably make a fucking game out of it. Say we're playing poker with classes and shit like that. Do poker hands. Who knows? But anyways, that is my idea. That's the future of the channel and what the next playthrough I'm going to do. It's going to be a fun little deck-based estate. Anyways, that's all. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.